I don't know, I just think the world would be a lot better off if they would read the Constitution.
Hey everybody, it's great to see everybody out here on such a beautiful summer evening. I'm Craig Blair, I'm the founder of Peaceful Bluegrass Resistance. But tonight I'm here as part of the Kentucky Action Coalition. We're a group of Central Kentucky grassroots organizations working together to save democracy. Our coalition includes 5051 KY, Bluegrass Activist Alliance, Central Kentucky chapter of the Kentuckians for the Commonwealth, Gathering for Democracy, Kentucky 120 United AFT, NAACP Lexington Fayette Branch, Peaceful Bluegrass Resistance, and Progress Kentucky. So we're here tonight on the 5th anniversary of his passing to honor the life and legacy of John Lewis. Activist, leader, congressman, and I would argue philosopher. When he was just 19 years old, John Lewis participated in the Nashville lunch counter sit-ins of 1959. In 1961, he was one of the original freedom riders, repeatedly beaten and bloodied as they traveled by bus across the American South. At 23 years of age, he was the youngest speaker at Dr. King's 1963 March on Washington. And on that bloody Sunday in 1965, a 25-year-old Lewis led over 600 activists across the James Pettus Bridge in Selma, Alabama, where they suffered a brutal beating by the state troopers that resulted in 4 deaths. John Lewis saw time pass and attitudes change. He saw laws passed and ignored. He saw politicians rise and fall. He saw friends and colleagues beaten and killed, and all the while he championed the philosophy of nonviolence. He said, "I believe in nonviolence as a way of life, as a way of living." His trademark good trouble consisted of refusing to sit down or stand aside, but also refusing to lift a hand in violence. Then in 1986, when he was 46 years old, he was elected to represent Georgia's 5th Congressional District and took his good trouble to Capitol Hill. He went on to champion progressive issues for his home district and all of America for the next 34 years, receiving the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2011. Now that is a life well lived. John Lewis admonished us to get in good trouble, necessary trouble, and redeem the soul of America, and he led by example. Now here we are in 2025 with an administration hell-bent on denying constitutional rights, attacking voting rights like we haven't seen in decades, and legislating to benefit billionaires while stripping vital food assistance, educational support, healthcare access, and basic constitutional protections from America's most vulnerable and at-risk populations. If ever there was a time for good trouble, it is right here, right now. Because in John Lewis's America, in our America, there is no hate, no fear. Everyone is welcome here. 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 Our first speaker tonight is Whit Whitaker. Whit is a community activist for social justice and the arts. president of the NAACP Fayette chapter.
I just got back from the national convention, the NAAC convention in Charlotte, and there's a lot of energy there. So how is everybody doing? I want to say good afternoon, family. We are gathered here today, not just in memory, but in movement. We are here because of one man's courage lit a fire in our souls. Because one man cracked open the door of justice. Because one man showed us how to get into good trouble, necessary trouble. And that man is the late, great Congressman John Robert Lewis. He was born the son of a sharecropper in Troy, Alabama. He grew up in the world that told him to stay in your place. But something in him said, I have a right to be heard. And like the late Congressman, we are here because what? We have a right to be heard. Let me hear you say it. We have a right to be heard. That's right. And as a boy, he preached to chickens. As a teen, he heard Dr. King's voice on the radio, and he said, that's my calling. He didn't wait for permission. He didn't wait for power. He stood up with nothing but faith, fire, and his 2 feet. One of the original freedom fighters, riders who was beaten for daring to sit next to a white person. John Lewis was the youngest speaker at the March on Washington, where Dr. King gave his famous I Have a Dream speech. In 1965, he led marches across the Edmund Pettus Bridge in Selma demanding voting rights. State troopers met them with violence. John Lewis had his skull cracked open, but he never stopped walking. He never stopped believing. He never stopped loving his country enough to challenge it to get better. John Lewis was fearless and he spoke truth into power. John Lewis went from protest to policy, serving 17 years in Congress, but he never forgot where he came from or who he fought for. He called on all of us, every generation, to protect our democracy, to protect the right to vote, to speak truth into power, and to never become silent about things that matter. He reminded us that democracy is not a state, it is an act. It lives or dies by what we do. So today on this National Day of Action, we don't just remember John Lewis, we answer him. We vote, we organize, we show up for our neighbors. We fight for fair maps, for voter access, for equity in education, jobs, and justice, not just by the words of our mouths and the meditations of our hearts, because at this point, that is not acceptable in our sight, but by committed action and sacrifice and the fierce urgency of now to continue the sacred work of liberation. Yes. Because John Lewis knew that freedom isn't free. It must be fought for every single day. Are you ready to fight? Yes. Are you ready to march? Yes. Are you ready to show up and show out? Yes. Are you ready to get into good trouble? Yes. If we live by the words of John Lewis, who said, when you see something that is not right, not just, you have a moral obligation to say something, to do something. I ask you to keep walking, keep speaking out, keep fighting in the fierce urgency of now, keep building a beloved community, and above all, say it with me, let's get into good trouble.
While living a life of purpose can sustain joy, living purposefully can be exhausting. In times of real trouble, we owe it to ourselves to find meaningful methods to create and maintain joy. Staying informed on the endless efforts of this administration to dismantle democracy can be overwhelming, disheartening, and at times depressing. It can become impossible to maintain happiness and cultivate joy while staying informed. If we allow them to rob us of life's essence, to live in fear and despair, we allow this fascist administration to succeed. The man Lewis said that a smile is a gift, laughter is a gift. So I will find joy in giving and receiving the gifts of smiles and laughter. I will continue to build a meaningful life that cannot be stripped away, because without joy and happiness, what are we fighting for? Thank you.
You ought to show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like. Lewis!
Oh, now look, if y'all was at UK basketball game, y'all be louder than that. So I need y'all to come on and get in this with me. When I say John, you say Lewis! 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 Let them hear it at City Council. When I say good, you say trouble. Good! Trouble! Trouble! Good! Trouble! When I say John, you say Lewis! Lewis! Okay, I'll take the mic. This is what it's all about. My name is Connor Fogle. I'm a lead organizer for Kentuckians for the Commonwealth. I'm going to go ahead and talk about the action right now. We can be down here for a moment, but we need to stay together for a movement. I'm going to say it again because somebody over here is asleep. We can stay together for a moment, but we need to be together for a movement. How wonderful it is in the rain. I remember reading some history. Do you know our people didn't let the heat stop them, the dogs, the fire hoses, the rain. And so right now, I'm going to thank each and every one of you all for standing in the rain to honor a great man like John Lewis and the work and the legacy that he left us. It is true that I'm a former felon, but guess what? With all that bad stuff that happened in my life, I was elected to the 1st District Council where you're standing right now in Lexington, Kentucky. We're doing it right now. Ask people if they register to vote. Now, I'm going to ask y'all, if you're not under 18, how many people out there is registered to vote? Do y'all know how many people died for that? How many people's out there registered to vote? Put those hands up again. I'm counting. That's right. So guess what? I need y'all to get 10 more people registered to vote. That's our duty. And then when you talk about people like me, a former felon, who thought their life was over, but I knew we were supposed to do something else. All I ever wanted to do was get back to my dream. Because I got off the yellow brick road, picked up the Tin Man, the Scarecrow, and the Cowardly Lion. So please, lock hands with me, lock arms with me. Let's just not say we were down here at the courthouse in the rain today. Let's keep this movement going. If you have not told somebody that you love them today, please tell somebody standing right next to you, I love you and we can do this work together. I love y'all. I love you.
That's a message. So obviously we're switching things up here today a little bit. They can turn off the power, they can bring down the rain, but they can't dampen our spirits.
Today, literally today. He has never done something weird. Yeah, thanks for petting him. He loves it.
I'm not sure it's worth it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's what I have to say.
It's her birthday.
I know. She should have decided to go to a birthday dinner instead of here. I mean, imagine.
You want some of the umbrella?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
You're good? Okay.
That's what she wants.
Second
She wants it.
It was just a clip.
I know.
I'll take what I can get.
Here in a storm. That's awesome.
Okay, we're walking down the street.
I've roamed and I've rambled, and I follow my footsteps in the sparkling sands of her diamond deserts, and all around me a voice was sounding. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to New York Island. wheat fields waving, and the dust clouds rolling. As the flag was lifting, a voice was chanting, this land was made for you and me. This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the dusty water. This land was made for you and me. I'm gonna tell you fascists, you may be surprised. The people in this world are getting organized. Bound to lose, you fascists, bound to lose. I'm gonna tell you workers, when you cash your checks, they say America first, they mean America's next. You're bound to lose, you fascists, bound to lose. Oh, you fascists, bound to lose. Colors on the street, red, white, and blue. People shuffling their feet, people sleeping in their shoes. But there's a warning sign on the road ahead. There's a lot of people saying we'd be better off dead. Don't feel like Satan, but I am today. So I try to forget it any way I can. Keep on rocking to the free world. Keep on rocking in the free world. Keep on rocking in the free world. Keep on rocking in the free world. Make good trouble 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 in the free world. Make good trouble!